Alright guys, just got back from my line here at the house. In my barn, my pole barn where I do all my skinning. Sorry if the light's bothering you guys, but just to give you a little bit of a kind of how I do things. I built my own skinning machine. We'll go over that. It's made out of wood, attached to my pole barn. Kind of how I have my stuff laid out and organized. And I know a lot of people are wondering about fleshing beams, fleshing knives, stretchers, skinning machines. I battled it for a couple of years, and then I finally said, screw it. I used what I had, bought a couple of things. I got maybe $50 in this thing. So I'll show you. I got that coon on there that I trapped in that blind set today. I got him rinsed out in the creek and in the water hose. He's a large. He may hit XL. I doubt it. He's a large coon. So yeah, it's chilly. I definitely am going to partition off part of this barn, 16 feet by the whole width of the barn, which I think this is a 24, something like that. I don't know. And then I'm going to insulate that and put a wood burner in that side of the barn for my fur shed. It's just going to be easy. It's what I have. There's already a door to that side of the barn, so it'll be easy. So let me get this turned around here. So yeah, here's my skinning machine. I just got my little table there underneath it, and I've got a crank, a boat crank, nothing spectacular, just a manual thing, and it goes up to the peak of my barn where I have a 2x4 with some chain around it and the block and tackle on the crank, coming down to my homemade gambrel that I built for nothing, just out of stuff I had laying around. And there's the coon, and on the base it is a 2x4 with eye bolts through the 2x4. I pre-drilled the bottom so there's a spot for a nut and the eye bolt to slide up and down. Actually, this will move up and down, and it's D-ringed on, and I welded a link to some vice grips and some rebar to those on 2 of them. So I did, and I got 4 tap cons into the concrete through the 2x4. And on this machine, I'm about less than a foot shy of pulling a coyote vertically, one pull. Not a big deal. Once I get past his shoulders, all I do is just lower him down, reposition the clamps, and pull him all the way. Do the head and everything. There's plenty of tension on it. But that's all I did. Is I took a post, and it's just, I got it attached with some 2x4s. At the top is cross beamed right to my rafters, and like I said, it just goes up, changes the pull direction to vertical. That's simple, guys. It's not a real hard setup here. I hate the lights, but that's my system. That's it. It works. It works well for me. I've never had an issue at all on this thing. Like the hardest thing I pull is a coyote, and this is my first year, all year, doing it, and I've done 9 canines, 8 coyotes, and a fox on it this year, and not had an issue. This is my flesh and beam setup. It is I bought this from Freedom brand. Yeah, it's a Freedom brand from FNT. It's just right here. Comes up to my belly button, however, but this bottom, this is adjustable. You can lay it down however you want to. It's not. I wish it was a little longer because I'd like to have it more, flat. And then I just take that for my muskrats, and I use a clamp, the same clamp that I use on to hold my fur from turning when I'm fleshing. Clamp that to my table when I'm doing my muskrats, and that's all I do. And then I got a Fox beam that will switch out with this beam, and that's it. And then I just put my fleshing knives here, which this necker I used up until, well, this was my first fleshing knife. This was my first one. Yeah, that was something. This was my first one ever. I just kind of keep it for, just to remember. That's what I started out with. I could clean that off and push coon with it. You know, it's not sharp. But this one I bought this year. I actually went to, I took the road trip to Hoosier Trapper Supply. Huge fan of those guys. I use all their baits and lures. I took the road trip to there and went and, you know, got me some new baits and lures, and I picked up that fleshing knife after talking to Justin, and I like it. And man, there's a learning curve. The dull side on that thing is as sharp as the sharp side on that necker. So there's a learning curve. But then I just hang up all my stretchers. I got my coyote stretchers, muskrats and coon there, and as you come down, I just got all my stretchers. Right here on this wall is where all my traps hang. Right now they're in a pile on my garage, so, you know, just some. And then I got stretchers down there, some muskrat traps still hanging, some 1.5s right there, and some colonies. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, guys, that's my setup. That's what I do. It works for me. It's cold, you know. It's a little chilly out here, but nothing major. But I can do anything out here that I absolutely need to. I got plenty of room. A little bit more organized actual room, other than having everything against the wall, so it's out of the way when I'm pulling my mowers in here and the kids in their bikes and, you know, go-kart running through here, four-wheeler, whatever. So, but once I get this summer I'm going to do that, and I'll probably video that process too. Why not? I'm on YouTube now, right? So I'll probably do that. But so I figured, just in case anybody wanted to ask, you know, for inquiring minds or whatever. So that'll do anybody just fine. Just you know, guys, it's not about how much money you spend on something. It's what works for you. I had this material laying around just from random projects. I went to Harbor Freight and bought the for my machine. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought everything for it. I had, you know, maybe $50 in it. I don't even know if I had that in it, but it would cost you to do it all. It'd be under $100. A little bit of welding, and that's it. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to see how I do stuff, I'm not gonna show any skinning or nothing right now. I'm gonna go ahead and skin this coon out and get him wrung out and put him in the freezer for the night. So I will let you guys get to your evening. If you guys if you have any ideas of what you want, let me know. Whatever. I've got a bunch of different trapping stuff that I've built myself and stuff that works for me. Catch poles, you know, how I flash stretch, my process, whatever you guys want. So give me, you know, anybody who's subscribed now, I thank you, and, you know, let people know what's up. I'm all about anything outdoors. If you guys know any other good channels, let me know. So all right, till the next one.